Hello Leo, here to do your reading. I pulled a couple pieces for us to look at while I do these dice rolls here. See what we get for you. The other thing I like to do is something that's totally random. So today what I did was I went to my bookshelf, and this one even has a door on it, so I couldn't see what was in it. I opened the door, stuck my hand down there, and pulled out a book. Well, we got Renoir for you. This is the book. What's different about it is there's not much to read compared to, you know, a lot of art books that have very long intros. There's a short one, a couple pages. Maybe you'd like to screenshot a little. I'm not going to read much of this. Here's a little part. In 1862, at the age of 21, Renoir had saved up enough money to study art in the studio of Marc Gabriel Charles Glay. He learned little from his master, but plenty from the other students. His students were already teaching themselves a new style of painting that would change European art forever. So I opened a page randomly, picked something out, and here's what I got. This seems very appropriate for Leo. Leo likes to go out, be amongst a lot of people, be seen, people watch. And, you know, during these times, this looks especially interesting because a lot of us are restricted have restrictions put on our movements if we want to be safe. Like everything, good and bad. Up and a downside, looking at this card here. These are actually postcards. So you tear them out of the book, turn them over, and send them to somebody. I don't think that's in focus. Put your stamp there. So maybe there's something about messages here that we're going to talk about today. We'll look for a thread that relates to this card. And the pieces I have here, one is the King of Wands, your piece, and the other one's your piece too. The Seven of Wands. I love the Seven of Wands. I chose to make it a megaphone, thinking of freedom fighters, protesters, people who have a lot to say, want to be heard, but mostly for the good of all. Okay, so let's see what we get for your reading today. Let's roll. First piece is in reverse. Because this is odd, it's reverse. If it was even, it would be upright. You have 61 reverse. I don't know what piece you'll get for that. They're in boxes, 3 boxes. I put them there randomly, move them around regularly. We got an upright, 31. 61, 31. Okay, what messages can we get for Leo today, for the month of December? Another upright. That's great. 66. Upright. A lot of people get freaked out by 66. No big deal. Some cultures, that's a lucky number. Got a double O, another upright. Wow, Leo. Go ahead. 5, upright. Use the other hand. Let's see what we get. I'll stick with that hand since we're doing so good. One more piece for Leo. What can we get for Leo? Another upright. 2. 0, 2, upright. I don't know, you might have the most uprights of any sign, at least lately. Okay, Leah, I'm going to go get your pieces. Come back and do your reading. Okay, Leah, we're back. Let's take a look what we got here. I'm always excited to see what ends up next to each other. Never comes out the same. At the same time, there's pieces that seem to never come out, and other ones that come out pretty regularly. This Angel of Odd in the back, the mouth with the 4 elements in it. That's been coming out a lot lately. The other one that comes out a lot lately is the elephant with the plastic bucket and shovel, like kids use at the beach and sandboxes. That's the 6 of Cups. So I won't give them all away right away. I want you to look, use your eyes and your own experiences. And I think readings are better when you bring your own history, your own feelings, what's happening now, what's happened in the past. Create your own story, your own scenario. You might have questions you're looking to answer. You might be looking for advice. We're going to pull some cards later, including an oracle card, and we'll see what we got. Looks pretty cool to me. So what I see when I look, forget what they mean, I see a lot of white. White feels good to me. Bright, fresh, like when the sun hits something very hard. Pure, virginal, you know, all the associations. Snow might be coming. You might have snow where you're at now. I know my friend in Sweden had snow. Sent me some nice pictures. I see shovels. I see 2 shovels. You might not be able to tell the one in the back right. That's a little plastic shovel supposedly next to the elephant. Then we have the shovel in the middle. I don't think that's come out together before. If so, sometimes I miss associations or threads. I see what could be candles. The one is definitely a candle, left bottom. And then the other side, to the right, those 4 things sticking up, they could be candles. I didn't mean for them to be candles. They're wands. Then again, if that's a cake, which it could be, a wedding cake, they could be candles. Candles all have specific meanings. Yeah. Okay, I'll go through them one by one just to tell you what they are and briefly give a description. And I'll circle back and try to pull together the threads that come together. Part of my voice, I don't know what's going on. Seems to have gotten worse since I've been doing tarot as regularly on video anyway. Could be the dry weather, I don't know. It's getting annoying though. Anyway, I gotta put the R here. The first piece is reversed. And that'll remind us everything else is upright. Well, we might as well start with that first piece in the bottom here. The candle, the strange creature. Some of these I just start out making whatever comes through by twisting the clay. Strange shapes, or, you know, do a poke here, a twist there, see what comes out. And this came out, reminds me of like some kind of strange worm that burrows through the earth maybe. It represents the 5 of Cups. In upright, it's very, very heavy energy, heavy of heart. And in reverse, it's even worse. It's about loss of pleasure maybe, regretting something. Could even mean deceit. And broken friendships comes up from Rider Waite. The candle, well, I'll talk about candles later. Okay, the centerpiece with the shovel, that's pentacles. Looks like somebody dug up some pentacles. Digging's hard work, and this does have to do with work. Pentacles have to do with money, jobs, work, craftsmanship. And this is the 3 of Pentacles, and that's Capricorn and Venus. So it can have to do with relationships too. Definitely about workmanship, and it could, you know, have to do with profession, employment, even marriage. And this is a great piece though. This is all about gains in all those areas. And we have, on the far right, we have 4 of Wands. Some people call this the twin flame piece because it has those 2 ones on one side and 2 ones on the other. And definitely about love, but could be about relationships, but also about celebration, groups. It's air in the 4th house. So I look through here, I don't see much air. There's no real air signs, there's no swords, but this could count. And if that's true, we have all the elements here. Again, here, let's see. You could be remembering celebrations like this. Groups could be remembering your own marriage or some other event. This also is a Aries piece with Jupiter. And Jupiter is all about good fortune. So it's a very, very positive piece in general. The 4th piece in the back left, that strange looking, I guess it's a creature, a ghost. To me it's like a ghost. And I call it the Angel of Odd. That's my 79th piece. It's an extra piece. It's Major Arcana. And it comes from the poem by Edgar Allan Poe called The Angel of Odd. This, to me, the Angel of Odd is all about those little things that happen during the day, little mishaps, strange things that almost are unexplainable. One thing that drives me crazy, perfectly symbolizes this, is my earbuds, not the wireless ones, I want the wires, they get tangled up in such a way I can't even imagine how it happens. I mean, I just put them down normal. I don't try to twist them. In fact, I couldn't twist them up that bad if I tried. And it's so hard to get them apart. And this happens like all the time. So I picture the Angel of Odd coming out at night or when I'm not looking and like turning these things into like a jumble of spaghetti. That's just one example. Other things happen all the time, We drop stuff, we try to throw something in the trash basket we missed 3 times. I do anyway, because I could never play basketball. So you get the idea. Then we go to the last piece back right. That's the 6 of Cups, and that's the nostalgia piece. And we have that a couple times here about memories. And this is upright, very, very good vibe about it. And we're coming into the holidays. We already had Thanksgiving here in the U.S. And people around the world have different holidays, a lot of holidays this time of year. And it could, usually has to do with groups of people, but not always. It could just be you being nostalgic about things in the past. It could be thinking back to your own childhood, playing on the beach like this kind of hints at, or more than hints at. Okay, so let me just look at it. Let me mention a couple things that I see here. I see those candles. Like I said, I don't think all these candles came out before in one reading, so we should pay attention to it. The black candles, all candles have symbolic meaning to them. And if you're having any kind of problem or, you're just interested, it might be worth looking up the symbolism behind candles. Black candles relate to safety and protection. It's all about banishing negativity. So just like when you smudge with sage or something, black candles are great for that. Then we have, on the other side, we have the gold candles. Gold basically is yellow. That's all about, gold has its own specific meanings. Things that we normally associate it with it often have to do with the symbolism. Like gold, we think of luxury and wealth. It also has to do with creativity and elegance. If you look up gold, it'll talk about positive attitudes. So in a way, it's similar to the black candle, because when you banish negativity, you're hoping for positive attitudes. Then we look at the shovels. We have 2 shovels, which I don't think's happened before my readings anyway. And shovels have meanings as well. And some are obvious, like work. The earth itself could have to do with grounding oneself. It's also about searching, because when you dig a hole, we all think about, searching for hidden treasures, looking for something. Maybe we lost something in the ground. We did talk about loss already here with the 5 of Cups. I guess when you think about memories too, it's kind of like digging into our memory. Yeah, thinking about whenever we go within sounds like digging. Shovels also, besides all that, have to do with spades. Shovels are spades. Spades relate to air signs. and the swords. So like I said, we don't really have obvious air sign pieces here, but it seems to be in the reading in other ways. So as I look around and I think about all these meanings, I come up with a few key words like memories, celebration, but there's some regrets here. And I think the memories and celebrations, something we don't need to talk a lot about, except at these times it's much more difficult. We're not as free to celebrate the way we would like, or, think back to the Renoir painting I showed you. We won't see large groups like that for a while. And we take those things for granted sometimes. Maybe taking that for granted is also associated with these losses. You could think of also the word friendship came up a few times here. This could be about loss of friendships. In my own life, there's been some people who've reconciled lately who were lifelong friends. Unfortunately, it came through tragedy that brought them back together. And oftentimes these breakups, these splits between people, these rifts people have, really are blown out of proportion. Sometimes it could be total misunderstandings. Especially now because we have so much texting and, social media. People could leave a comment that pisses somebody off, or they send a text that's misunderstood, or, maybe they did speak too quickly, because it's easy just to fire a text off without thinking about it. You're not looking somebody in the face, so you're maybe too open sometimes, not taking the care necessary. On the one hand, we have problems between people. Then we have the other side of the coin, the other side of the pentacle. And that's about putting that behind and coming together to celebrate. Let's see. We'll pull some cards here. Let's see what we get. I already shuffled. I'm going to use this little deck here. Very small, you can tell by my thumb. So we'll shuffle, see what we get. I'm going to try to get a popper. Now, what shall we clarify? To me, the most mysterious pieces, and it's the most negative energy here, is the first piece with the R. Okay, let's clarify the 5 of Cups, please. One card per book. Wow, it came right out. Okay. The 2 of Swords, looks like. Yeah. 2 of Swords. See if I can fit this here. Put it right on top of what we're clarifying. We do have air. We have air here for sure now. So this piece, in traditional tarot cards, if you look at the images, it's usually a woman, blindfolded, with swords crossed in front of her, across her heart. She's basically blocked off, shielding herself, and kind of blind to something. 2s are usually about making a choice, and they seem to be stuck in their head. They can't make this choice. In this case, we look at the 5 of Cups in reverse. Cups are all about the heart, emotions. So the heart is blocked off. Don't feel good about that. Nobody feels good about that. We lose pleasure, and there's a feeling of loss. And if it does have to do with relationships or friends, we need to get out of that. It's kind of like a stuck energy. It's basically we're just in our heads blind to the fact that it would be easy to take that blindfold off and put those swords down. Okay, so what else shall we clarify here? How about the 6 of Cups? And that was a progression. It's a 5 to a 6 of Cups. And it's definitely movement forward in the right direction. We go from loss, regret, and the 2 of Swords being stuck to celebrations, memories of celebrations at least. Good memories. Okay, 1 card for the 6 of Cups. Can you help us clarify 6 of Cups, please? Well, a bunch almost wanted to come out here. including the sun, which is a beautiful card. Maybe it'll come out again. That would be perfect, wouldn't it? Sun with the little beach scene here. That's why I love tarot. You never know the combinations that'll come out. It's just... Okay, we got one. Whoa. On the floor. More cups. I don't know. I don't think I should read it this way. I'm not sure. I mean, it came out like this on the floor, sideways. So they usually say turn it this way, which would make it in reverse. The Three of Cups in reverse would be a group of friends, it's, you know, at harvest time, celebrating again, more about celebration. But in reverse, it's not good. There's something wrong, of course. Maybe we should keep it. It's cups again with cups, and it's about celebrations. So let's keep it. Makes too much sense. Seems like, let me change the camera angle a little. Maybe the Three of Cups points to the real problem here. I mean, there's only one major arcana, so there's nothing too heavy going on here. A lot of this is very positive, but like life, there could be some negativity in part of it. Part of our life has, you know, some problems. It'd be better to get through, feel better, get better balance in our life, and maybe the other person is the one who needs this. Can't always think just about our side. This could also be about your person, the person on your mind. And the Three of Cups could be about being too serious. Just taking things way too serious. Nothing really that huge happened. So what's the problem? Get over it, you know? And sometimes these small things can get in the way of having fun, going out with friends. Or at the same time, it can be having too much fun, which causes problems. And in that respect, you also have to think about the Three of Cups can mean like a triangle. Problem could be somebody was involved with somebody else, and that caused a problem amongst a group, or at least among three people. And it can also mean, I mean, really one of the main meanings from Rider Waite is about misunderstandings. And I mentioned that before. So, what do we want when we have misunderstandings? What do we want when we have misunderstandings? What do we need? We need clarity. And that brings me to a Moonology card. Let's get an Oracle card, and maybe we'll get that clarity. You know what? I'm going to change my mind. Yeah, I'm not going to use Moonology. I'm going to use the Angel Oracles. And there's, you know, quite a few readers I like use the Angel, let me see what they're called. Romance Angels, that's it. Romance Angel deck. They're not just about romance as far as love goes. It has to do with friendships, family. Like most Oracle cards, touch on a lot of parts of our life. Let me just mention a couple just off the top of my head. This says codependency, keep an open mind, stay optimistic about your love life. So they do lean towards love. And we do have a lot of cups here. So I'm going to use them. Let's see what happens. I'll shuffle twice. Kind of reactivate them. Did just about an hour or so ago. Alright, so now I'm going to try for a popper. No reversals on this either. And there's no book to read from. Whatever we get, we get. Card for Leo. What does Leo need to know in the way of clarity and advice? One card, please. One or two. Oh, there's one right there. Okay. Soulmate. Well, that's a big deal. Soulmates, though, soulmates can be Definitely lovers, of course. At the bottom it says, yes, this is your soulmate. Soulmates can be friends. They say we can have a lot of soulmates in our life. Could be family even. So this does go with what we're talking about. The only thing is, it's saying this is a very important person. This isn't just, a group of people who you're just casual, like acquaintance with. Here's a card for us, another card. This one says engagement. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Well, that sounds pretty nice, right? That's great. So that could mean, obviously, somebody you know. To me, it would mean moving in a positive direction. That if there's any rift going on here, it can be solved, and something fantastic could come out of it. Looks like he's putting a ring on her finger. Yeah, there's flowers. Very romantic, isn't it? And the other illustration is as well. Okay, I think it's a very interesting reading. Might not resonate with every person, but there might be a couple little threads, little morsels in there, messages that you could use along with other things happening you're thinking about. All right, thanks for coming. Leo, my fellow fire sign, I'm a Sag. Some very important Leos in my life, now and in the past. Leos that I've known, a lot of them have been in the music business. One I can think of as a band leader, a drummer, and quite a few. I remember a typesetter when I worked at San Francisco Bay Guardian. She worked there. She was something, a lot of energy. Leos tend to be out there in the public, fun people, smart. Okay, so that's your reading, and please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Love you all.